Nobody plans to stay broke. Yet millions of people fall into the exact same financial traps every single day. The worst part, most of these traps don't look like mistakes. They look completely normal. A new phone, a small monthly subscription, an easy loan, a minimum payment, one simple swipe that quietly steals years of your financial future. By the time most people realize what's happening, they've already lost thousands of dollars without ever noticing. In this video, we're exposing the 7 financial traps designed to keep ordinary people stuck. And trap number 7 is the one almost everyone falls into. Level 1, the lifestyle inflation trap. The first trap isn't credit cards. It isn't investing. It isn't inflation. It's something almost everyone celebrates. Making more money. Sounds strange, right? Imagine you finally get a raise. Your salary jumps from $50,000 to $60,000 a year. For a moment, it feels like you've made it. You promise yourself you'll save more. You'll invest more. You'll finally build wealth. But then, something changes. The old phone suddenly feels outdated. That apartment you've lived in for years, now it feels too small. Your old car, it starts looking embarrassing. Without realizing it, your lifestyle quietly expands to match your income. A slightly nicer apartment, a newer car, more expensive restaurants, more online shopping, a few monthly subscriptions. Individually, none of these purchases seem dangerous. In fact, they feel completely deserved because, after all, you worked hard for the raise. But here's the trap. Every extra dollar you earn gets assigned a new expense before it ever reaches your savings account. So even though your income increases, your bank account stays exactly the same. This is called lifestyle inflation. And it's one of the biggest reasons millions of people stay trapped no matter how many raises they get. Because wealth isn't built by earning more, it's built by keeping more. And if you can't control your lifestyle, every future raise will simply make you a better paid spender instead of making you wealthier. And unfortunately, this is only the first trap. Level 2. Bad debt. Borrowing your future. You don't have to be poor to become trapped by debt. In fact, many people fall into debt after they start earning more, because once your lifestyle becomes expensive, your paycheck is no longer enough to support it. So the gap gets filled with borrowed money. A credit card, a personal loan, a buy now, pay later offer. At first, it feels incredibly convenient. You get everything you want without paying the full price today. But debt has a dangerous illusion. It feels almost invisible. It makes tomorrow's income pay for today's lifestyle. Every swipe moves money from your future. Every loan, every monthly payment quietly steals money from your future self. Eventually, you're no longer working to build wealth. You're working to pay for decisions you made months ago. And that's exactly how debt turns into a financial prison without most people ever noticing. Because once you start borrowing your future becomes harder to escape. Level 3, the subscription trap. The next trap doesn't ask for hundreds of dollars. It only asks for a few dollars at a time. Netflix, Spotify, cloud storage, premium apps, gym memberships, AI subscriptions. One by one, they seem completely harmless. $10 here, $15 there. You barely notice them, but that's exactly why they're dangerous. Because subscriptions don't feel like spending. They become invisible. Month after month, your money quietly disappears before you even think about saving it. Every month, automatically. Companies love subscriptions because once you stop paying attention, they get paid automatically. Every single month. Not once, but forever. That's why millions of people aren't buying products anymore. They're renting their own lifestyle. The most expensive payment is often the one you completely forget about. Level 4. High interest trap. Some people think debt is the problem, but debt isn't what destroys wealth. High interest does. Every month, you make a payment, and every month, a large part of that payment doesn't reduce what you owe. It simply pays the cost of borrowing. This is the silent power of compounding. When you invest, compound interest works for you. But when you're trapped in high-interest debt, that same force works against you. The longer it takes to pay off, the more expensive yesterday's purchase becomes. Time becomes the enemy. A purchase made months ago can still be costing you today, even though you stopped using it long ago. A $1,000 purchase can quietly cost far more over time if high interest keeps accumulating and payments stretch out. That's why lenders don't need you to miss every payment. They simply need you to stay in debt, because when interest starts working against you, your money is building someone else's wealth instead of your own. Level 5. Keeping cash idle. Most people think saving money is enough, and for emergencies, keeping cash is important. But there's a hidden problem. Every year, the price of food, fuel, housing, and everyday essentials slowly climb higher. Your money may still say $10,000, but what that money can actually buy keeps shrinking. Inflation doesn't steal money from your bank account. It steals your purchasing power. The cruel part, you don't even notice it happening because the numbers never change. Only the value does. Money that never grows quietly falls behind. Level 6. Emotional spending. Not every purchase is made with logic. Sometimes we buy because we're stressed. Sometimes because we're bored. Or simply because buying something new feels good. That feeling has a name, dopamine. It's the brain's reward chemical. The excitement often happens before you even own the product. But once the package arrives, the feeling fades, and the next purchase starts calling your name. Companies understand this psychology. That's why shopping apps flash limited time deals, countdown timers, and only 2 left messages. They're not just selling products, they're selling emotions. The people who build wealth don't ask, "What do I feel like buying?" They ask, "Will this still be worth it a year from now?" Level 7. The biggest trap, believing you'll start later. The biggest financial trap doesn't charge interest. It doesn't send bills. It simply whispers, "You can start tomorrow." Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And before you realize it, years have disappeared. Most people don't fail because they lack money. They fail because they waited too long to begin. Investing, saving, learning, building wealth all become easier the earlier you start. The truth is, time is the most valuable asset you'll ever own. Once it's gone, no amount of money can buy it back. The people who become wealthy don't wait for the perfect moment. They simply start. The biggest financial trap isn't a credit card or a loan. It's believing you'll have time to fix it tomorrow.